Hello everybody, I am Crystal Clear 101. Welcome back to my channel. We have another Star Wars Micro Machines review. And today we're looking at the Imperial Pursuit set. This set was released in late 2015. It is a general release, and the suggested retail is $4.99. Now, let's look over the packaging. Now, along the left side of the packaging, we have the Star Wars Micro Machines logo. And underneath that, we have the name of the set, which is simply Imperial Pursuit. And on the reverse side of the packaging, in the top left corner, we have Star Wars A New Hope Micro Machines in the very top left hand corner. And in the top right corner, we have the contents of the set itself, which include the Tantive 4, the Star Destroyer, and a TIE Fighter. And along the middle of the card, it also advertises for two playsets, one being a First Order Stormtrooper, and the other, the Millennium Falcon. And now, with the packaging being shown, let's go ahead and open up the Imperial Pursuit and see just how cool this set really is. And here's the contents of this set from its packaging. Now, let's go ahead and start looking over each individual ship. And we'll start off with the Tantive 4. Of course, not only does this ship have the distinction of being the very first vehicle or very first ship we see in the Star Wars franchise, but it's probably easily one of the most memorable from the original trilogy. Now, let's get a closer look at some of the details on the ship. I mean, overall, the molded in details are very nice. They're very well done. The fact they added little paint apps to the actual thrusters. Overall, just the various little details that they add to this. For a little miniature, this is actually very eye-catching. It really is. Now, if I remember, they did do a Tantive 4 for the original Micro Machines line. If I remember, I don't think it was as well detailed as this one right here. But to see them re-release the Tantive 4, I think it's actually really nice. I'm actually glad they released this one. And as far as the next ship is concerned, and the next ship up is another instant classic. This is a standard Imperial Star Destroyer. Now, this ship has the distinct honor of being the very second ship we get to see grace the silver screen in the original Star Wars trilogy, as this one chases down the Tantive 4, the Rebel blockade runner. And what I thought was actually rather interesting was that the name of the Star Destroyer chasing down the Tantive 4 is actually called the Devastator. No, I'm not even talking about that Devastator right now. Anyway, enough of that. But as far as the overall details are concerned on this Star Destroyer, I mean, overall, they're very, very well done. Now, they try to put what details they could along the very front of the bridge right up here, but even then, I still think they did an excellent job. The paint, the light blue paint they used for the back of the thrusters, that looks really good. The very bottom of it is also equally as detailed. Matter of fact, the little loading bay, docking bay, I guess you could call this, that is also very well detailed. That is very well detailed. And if I remember, I want to say the original Micro Machines Star Destroyers were not as nicely detailed as this. But to me, this looks like an Imperial Star Destroyer. That looks really good. And lastly, in the set, we have a Imperial TIE Fighter. Now, considering the scene that this set is supposed to represent, I don't recall seeing a TIE Fighter at any point. I really don't. But to actually have a TIE Fighter, I think it's still actually really neat. Because for me, this is actually a great little army builder vehicle. Especially if you want to build up like a squadron of TIE Fighters. But as far as the overall details are concerned on this TIE Fighter, the fuselage, I think it's actually well detailed for as small as it is. the hatch details on the very top, just the overall little panels, everything they were able to capture along the fuselage, just the way the thruster goes for the ion engine, I think that actually looks really good. Now, as far as the solar panels are concerned, the fact that they're actually able to get this little grid texture, not only on the outside, but the inside of the solar panels, I think that is very well done. And the paint job that they did for it is equally as well done on this little TIE fighter. The fact that they're able to get this much detail into something as small as this, to me, is just flat out impressive. And overall, what are my thoughts on the Imperial Pursuit Micro Machine set here? I think for the $4.99 that it retails for, this is actually well worth having. I mean, yeah, you only get 3 vehicles, and from what I remember back in the day, you would get at least double that for the same price. But regardless, this is a very well thought out little set here. I mean, I don't understand why there's a TIE fighter with this set, concerning the scene it's supposed to represent. But that really doesn't bother me, because to me, this just adds to the little set, just having an additional little TIE fighter. Getting the Tantive 4, a Star Destroyer, and a TIE fighter for $4.99, to me, I think that's fair. I think that's a set that's well worth picking up. Now, if you're a fan of the original trilogy, if you're a fan of A New Hope, and if you love that opening scene, then this set is well worth picking up. Because the Tantive 4, the Star Destroyer, they're both very well detailed. If I was to give anything, I just wish that for the Star Destroyer, I just wish they would have had like a little micro Tantive 4 in the docking bay. But even then, I think that would have been a bit hard for something this scale. So yeah, this is well worth the $4.99. If you can find this set, pick it up. It's well worth having. But that'll wrap up my review on the Star Wars Micro Machines Imperial Pursuit set. Be sure to rate, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.